Hi, welcome to 30 High Street, the Redmayne workshop. Look at this fancy box. If you go to a cloth merchant's and they present the cloth in these things, you know it's something special. So this is Hund and Sherry's Gostwick, and I have to say, it is nice. It's a premium cloth. It's quite expensive, but it's not ridiculous. It's a Super 170s. And we've had the pleasure of doing an interesting suit copy, and I want to tell you about it. I want to let you see it, so you might be interested. So this is the suit we made, by the way. And can I open this box? These are always harder to open than you think. There we go. Now then, the cloth that we've made this out of is this fellow. So bring that camera in. That's the cloth. I don't know if you can read it. I don't know, don't care, it'll be put up. So look at that, it gets its own piece of card and everything. You know, that's something special. Right, why is this particularly interesting? Not just because of the cloth, it's because, as many of you will know, I trained here at Redmayne's and then I went to Anderson & Shepherd, okay? And the suit that we'll copy is a beautiful coat from Anderson & Shepherd. Well, a beautiful suit actually. I'll talk you through a few of the details, but what I will point out straight away is this is bespoke, and it could do with a little bit of TLC, but it is about 3-year-old. Take my word for it, it's a beautiful coat. And then we've made our version in the suit copy, okay? So this is canvassed, as you know, but this is handmade. So it'd be interesting for you to watch. Right. What can I say? The chap came along and he said, I really like this suit. It fits me really well. There's a couple of little things about it because, you know, I've changed my physique and that's fine. We take that into consideration and we try to amend it so that it works for him. He lives in Hong Kong. I think he lives in Hong Kong, doesn't he? Well, he's going to Hong Kong. But what happened was he saw a client of ours wearing a suit. And he just went, I want that suit, that cloth, that cut, that everything. So as is typical with the suit copy service, we use your sample as a tool. It is not for us to physically copy every detail. So that is why this has got straight, jetted pockets, no flaps, both 3 rows too, whereas this has got the slant and the out ticket. But let's have a little chat about them. Some of you who watch quite regularly will understand the things I'm going to say. You're almost like, oh, I know what he's going to talk about, but this is what I'm going to talk about. Oh, I've got my pinny on. I'm in the workshop. Okay, so look, we do dress down, but we wear a pinny because it rubs the front of our trousers out. Right, let's have a look. They're both 3 roll to 2s. Okay. This is a more mechanized garment. We have to understand that. Here's the reason why you have to understand that. This would retail out of this cloth for around about £7,500. We charge this chap, well, that includes VAT, I think. We charge this fellow 2,000, just over. Okay, so it'd probably be about £2,500 if you're based here in the UK. But excluding VAT, this is a shade over, about £60 over £2,000. No small pile of money, but is it worth it? Both fully canvassed, okay? This is finished by hand, okay? The edges are all done by hand. It's very subtle, good edge stitching. You feel more than you see. Molly's buttonholes are gorgeous. The rolling through is really nice. It's very much our type of thing. We turn back all the ends on ours, so you have a traditional collar. If you look behind a lot of, you know, made-to-measure garments, which effectively this is, they bag all this out and it's just one piece and a piece of rubbish. This has got a proper collar because if we look here, this has got the turn back ends on it as well. So the little details are there. The obvious ones, we've got 2 real, 2 sham buttonholes there. Okay, working cuffs. This one, rather unusually, has got 3 and 1. There's 2 reasons for that, and I will tell you as a cutter. This gentleman went, I want 3 working buttonholes. Not 4, not 2, but 3. Fair enough, he's got 3. What may have happened is he's worn the coat a little bit and he's thought these sleeves are short. And what they do is they take the top sham out and then put a real one in the bottom. So you end up with 3 real and 1 sham. That's what we do it for. Because it's, if you punch 4 holes in there, and somebody takes it into the heads, they feel short or whatever, tough luck, okay? You then have to take the sleeves out if it doesn't have a check. But that's just a small detail. You've heard me say this before. Our front's a little bit more cut away. This is a classic Anderson. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's a classic Anderson coat. I really like it. But, you know, it's quite, see how it comes down quite straight and then the little curve there. Whereas ours is a more gradual cutting away. High armhole. We've got as high an armhole as you can get. It's not as high as this one because it just can't be. Commercially, it can't be. Our shoulders certainly as soft as, and the really keen ones amongst you will see that this gorge is a bit higher. Now, of course, I'm a bespoke cutter, and you know we cut that when we fit it. Can you say that's an Anderson style? Yes, you can. Can you say it's the same on every job that they make? No, it isn't, because this is down to the cutter and the fit and such like. So if you look at this, it's a little bit higher than ours, which is really quite nice. We can't do that on a suit copy or made to measure because it's £2,000 instead of £7,000. That's why we can't do it. Our bespoke, of course, is left entirely to the bespoke cutter. Inside details, what have we got here? Very simple pockets, again, really nice, just pockets that you need. What's ours like inside? It's the same. It's a bit more of a glamorous lining, but the pocket details are exactly the same. But what I do have to say is, don't both of these coats look good with Redmayne ties? The Redmayne club tie and the Redmayne horse tie. Anyway, different story. Now, there is something a little bit interesting about this, and only the people at Anderson and Shepherd will know the answer to it. Our made to measures, and I know some of you have picked up on this, and our suit copy, because we use the made to measure system for that. We don't suit copy bespoke garments because what's the point? It's a bespoke garment. We have to start from scratch. On the odd occasion, we will copy a sample garment to draft a pattern to do a very basic fitting, which means that it can expedite a process. If the guy lives at the other end of the world and he wants to come over, you may remember I did it with a Japanese gentleman, you know, a year or so ago. Now, our bespoke patterns, we draft them, they're all there behind me, we cut the suits. The interesting thing is we never put a side body in a bespoke garment. And you will say, well, why do you not do that? Because everybody else does. We just never did that. If you look above my cutting board there, turn that camera around. Ignore all the mess. There's old man Dennis Holbury up there. And he was the head cutter at Anderson's, and I trained with him, and that's a letter from him and his wife, and it's quite dear to me. But we never put a side body in. So I was most surprised to copy this bespoke from Anderson and Shepherd, and you'll see it's got a side body in. And you can see it's given it a little bit of flair. The reason why it's there, I don't know. It's been put there on purpose, obviously. So a customer may have asked for it. Or he may not. That's maybe what they're doing now. You know, that was cut a couple of years ago. So ours actually has a side body, and it's because it's a more mechanized garment. We have to not kid out ourselves, okay? We try very hard, but they are different. So that's an obvious. Well, it's a nice thing because he's getting this garment here, and it's going to have a side body, which is no different. Which is, you know, I never put a side body in, and nobody asks, quite frankly. I don't even ask the option. It's like, you know, we measure you and we do a bespoke, and that's the way we do it. So I don't know what that is, but it's interesting. Otherwise, isn't it lovely? It's been worn a bit. You don't have the pleasure of being here to feel it. We like to try things on when we can to make sure we're doing things right, and this feels really, really good. But excuse the strange music getting played on the radio. Big picture is getting bespoke clothing is difficult. Getting bespoke clothing is an investment in time. It's an investment in money. And for a couple of grand, a Holland and Sherry Gostwick suit cut like this, finished by hand, I don't think it's half bad, quite honestly. What else can I tell you? Not much. I could show you the trousers, but our trousers are good. Anderson trousers, really good. But there you go. Suppose the simple thing is, this is 2 grand, this is 7 grand. Well, it might be 6. I don't know. Who cares? Thanks for dropping in. Take care. God bless.